Hello, hello. Ito? Check mo, yung director natin eh. Wala mang director natin.
Itinatag ko kasi kayo.
So, hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon everyone. So, welcome to our Caffeinection Dual Latte Art Throwdown semifinals. But before we start, we regret to inform you that our Caffeinection Instagram account was, unfortunately, it was hacked by some strangers. So, I don't know. So, but before that, we made an immediate new Instagram account, and but with that, Caffeinection now is have its own Instagram account. From Caffeinection, it is now caffeinection.ae. So with your support, with your with you supporting us, it is a very huge things for us because we are slowly now getting up, and at the same time we are able to stand up of that and this very bad experience. But thank you so much for everyone. Thank you for supporting us. But before we start our event or with our semi-final throwdown, so we would like to thank our following sponsors and for the judges. So, ako na lang sa judges. So, we will start first with our judges. So, first here is Mr. Russell Sanchez, our Matthew Tesseri brand ambassador of Middle East. Our second judge is Mr. Michelangelo Paradero, our from Caffeinection team, of course. Next, we have Jimuel Mirhilia, the CTU International co-founder, founder, head of, ano nga? I'm sorry for that. So he is our founder of CTU International. And we have our very own lovely Belle. She is a Brewers Cup champion, and he's also from La Gente. All right. So now it's time for our sponsors. Next, sir. Sorry.
So we would like to thank our major sponsor, Hebrew UAE, Boss Dave. Thank you for the amazing prizes that you've given to us. Also, Oatly Barista Edition, Coffee Groove, Coffee Tools, Danpe, City also, and Matthew Tesseri. Also, Cosmic Garden Coffee Roaster. And I would like to announce the criteria for judging. So for this event, we have the symmetry, which is it should be balanced from one side to other side, and also identical. This is the highest score, the identical. So the art should be identical, and difficulty level of the art, and also clarity. Now, for the points of the criteria for judging, for the identical, this one is 4 points. So, as for the difficulties, symmetry, and clarity, those are 2 points. So, the most high score is the identical. Can we start? Okay, so.
All right. So let's start with our very first team. So unfortunately, our preliminary top finalist, which is Team Romaila Farm. So unfortunately, they are having some health issues regarding with with this event, so they were unable to send their own entry. So from that, we made some wild cards. So we added two more team, which is the Retro Latte Artist and Retro 7 Brothers. So as of now, we have a total of 14 teams participating and competing in this semifinals. To our selection for the finalists, we are getting the top 5 out of these 14 teams, and then we will get one wild card to complete our 6 teams, which is going to be in the finalists. Okay, so now I think we are going to start with our very first semifinal teams, which is the Sip and Drip Threads. So Sip and Drip. So there are the Sip and Drip Threads. They are pouring a snail with snail on the branch, having 2 rosettas on the side, a dragging technique for the branch, and for the snail itself, it's a spiral dragging with 2 dots as the eyes. All right. So Sip and Drip Thread. So they are the top 2 in the preliminary round. All right. Take time, judges.
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website right now. You gotta make sure you're covered. I'm talking about enterprise-grade security built into your site.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
Alright, I think the judges are ready. So let's count in 3, 2, and 1. So we have 5.4, 8.5, 5.4, and 7 for Sip and Drip Threads. That's for Sip and Drip Threads by Niranjan and Rabi. So next, we will go for Uncle Breaker, Mark Uy and Jason Galinea. Alright, our third team to participate in our semi-finalists is Ad Sakalam. Ad Sakalam with Wilhelm and Angelo. So they are pouring seahorse with a slow seta wings with 2 rosetta on the head, the neck and the whole body, going to the tail. A dragging technique to finish the head, and a 2 drop for the bubbles. So once again, they are doing in an espresso cup, a 4-ounce espresso cup. That's nice. Ad Sakalam. Alright, I think the judges are ready. Alright, let's go in 3, 2, 1. 6.3, 8, 7.8, and 6.5 for Ad Sakalam with Wilhelm and Angelo. So, as of now, here are our rankings. So, as of the 3 who just finished their entries, so we have Ad Sakalam, our first, with 28.6, Ankle Breaker with 28, Sip and Drip with 26. That's our first 3 semi-finalists. Let's move on to our 4th team for the semi-final round. So we have the Team Bangan. So the Team Bangan with Vincent and John Paul on an espresso cup. They are doing a bear. 2 rosettas on the both cheeks and the forehead. Dragging technique on ears, the nose, the face, the mouth, and 2 drops for the eyes.
Kaya pala may nagme-message sa Instagram. Ano sabi?
Budots eh. Hindi narinig.
Hindi na sabi ko.
Alright, I think the judges are ready for Team Bangan. So let's count in 3, 2, 1. 6.6, 8.3, 6.7, and 6.6. That's for Team Bangan. All right, let's continue for our fifth semifinalist, which is Team JP with Peter and Jayan. So the same with they are having a seahorse with a heart wing. For the body and tail, they have Rosetta, finished with a dragging technique on the head, and 2 drops for the bubbles. All right, I guess the judges are ready. In a count of 3, 2, 1. 6.8, 4.5, 5.3, and 4.5 for Team JP with Gian and Peter. That's our sixth semifinalist. Now let's move on to our seventh semifinalist. We're halfway now. So we have the athletic latte artist with Milan and John Fritz. Oh, they're having a Pegasus on an espresso cup. Rosetta on wings, head and body, dragging technique for the tails, legs, and finishing with a dragging technique as well on the head. That's amazing on an espresso cup. Alright, I think the judges are ready. In a count of 3, 2, 1. 7.3, 5.5, 8.4, and 7.7 for athletic latte artist with Milan and John Fritz. As of all right, let's move on to our eight. So 8 team to our semi-finalists, which is the team Heirloom. Sorry, that's our 7th. Yeah, our 7th. So next is team Heirloom. Team Heirloom with a chicken face, a base of 2 rosetta of the neck, a dragging technique of the head, and what's that, crown? The crown of the chicken. The beak, the eyes. So it's a dragging, mostly in a dragging technique. So it's the head of the chicken. All right. I think the judges are ready for their scores. In a count of 3, 2, 1. 6.9, 5.5, 5.4, and 5.8 for Team Heirloom with Carlitos and Armene. So as of the 7 teams that has been played, so here are our top 5 as of this moment. So we have the Athletic Latte Artist with 28.9 points, Ad Sakalam with 28.6, Team Bangan with 28.2, Ankle Breaker with 28 points, Sip and Drip Threads with 26.3. So let's move on to our 8th team, the Team Swiss. Ooh, Team Swiss with a penguin design or pattern. So having a 2 rosetta for the wings and a dragging technique for the feet, body going to the head, and a drop for the sun. So Team Swiss is our only couple team, so with Mark Henry and Jennifer. All right. I think the numbers are ready. And a count of 3, 2, 1. 5.9, 5.5, 5.7, and 6 for Team Swiss with Mark Henry and Jennifer. Our next team will be the Beauty and the Best. Ooh, simple but terrible. We have Webner and Fahad. A 6 stack tulip. Simply amazing. Alright, judges are ready. They are ready. So in a count of 3, 2, 1. 7, 8, 6.9, and 6.4 for Team Beauty and the Best. Let's move on. Our 10th team, which is okay. Our next team is Black Sheep from Dubai Mall. All right, they are having a seahorse with a heartwing with 2 Rosetta for the head and the tail, finishing with a dragging technique on the head and 2 drops with bubbles. Oh, the other one is 3. Advertisement, so we have a parking issue. Let's just give us a moment. We will just renew our parking. So guys, before we proceed to our scores, we would like to thank CTU International for this amazing teas that we have right now. Matthew Tizeri for their studio. It's amazing with, if you can look at there they have a lot of syrups which you can use for cocktails, mocktails, coffee flavors. We will zoom it right there. All right. Oops. Go in there. So right now, Mr. Jim Well is brewing his amazing tea selections. Most of them are ceremonials, high grade. All right, I think the judges are ready. In a count of 3, 2, 1. 5.7, 4.5, 5, and 5.6 for Team Black Sheep Dubai Mall with what's that? Black Sheep with Arish and Juna. I'm sorry, Anish. Our 11th team will be Team Dark Roast. Team Dark Roast with a seahorse, a 4-stack tulip for the wings, double rosetta for the tail and the head, finishing with a dragging technique and 3 drops for the bubbles. Team Dark Rose with Mark and Lyndon. This is different Mark and Lyndon, okay? This is not the OG Mark and Lyndon. This is a new rising Mark and Lyndon. All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1. 6.1, 5, 4.5, and 6.2 for Team Dark Roast. So as of now, here are our current standings and rankings. So we have first, we have the Athletic Latte Artist with 28.9, Ad Sakalam with 28.6, Beauty and the Best with 28.3, Team Bangan with 28.2, and Ankle Breaker with 28 points. So let's move on to our 12 semifinalists. The Team Yibambe. Team Yibambe with Brian and Bishnu. So they're having a head of the goat. So they have an inverted tulip, three inverted base tulip, a rosetta for the neck, finishing the head with a dragon technique. All right. let's count in 3, 2, 1. 5.9, 4, 4.6, and 5 for Team Ibambe. For our remaining team, these two are our wild cards. Our first will be the Retro 7 Latte Artist. They're having a swan. 3 base tulip with a swan. So Retro 7 Latte Artist with Jericho and Jomar. All right, I think our judges are ready. So, in an account of 3, 2, 1, 5, 4.5, 4.2, and 4.8 for Team Retro 7 Artist. Our final semi-finalist, no, our last semi-finalist is the Retro Brothers with Adarsh and Evans. They're having a swan on an espresso cup. All right, all right. So I guess our judges are ready for their scorecard for the final participants or the final team. Let's count in 3, 2, 1. 4.5, 3.8, 4, and 4 for Team Retro Brothers. And now we will have our top 5 finalists. We have the Athletic Latte Artist with 28.9, Ad Sakalam with 28.6, Beauty and the Best with 28.3, Team Bangan with 28.2, and Ankle Breaker with 28 points. So these are our top 5 finalists, which are going to the finals next week on Saturday. It's an actual, by the way. And aside from that, we're going to pick 1 wild cards to complete our 6 finalists for next week, which we're going to be a most liked and shared from our semi-finalists. So we will post them later, all the entries of the semi-finalists. For those who top 6 to 14, you still have a chance to compete in the final round next week, which is going to be actual. So we will see you on Saturday, September 21. Okay, so we will update you later on. We will post later all the informations. And before
The most likes and shared yung kung ilan and then yung
for our most like and shared patterns for throughout our competition, we would like to congratulate Team Yibambe for having a 162 likes, 29 comments, and 332 shares for Team Yibambe. So you will get a 2 jugs. Yeah, 2 Dunfed jugs. We will deliver it to you. Right? Great. Alright, so before we end our today's event, so once again, we would like to thank the following sponsors. We have Hebrew UAE for an amazing Hebrew UAE for an amazing equipments that they are sharing with us. Oatly, we have Coffee Groove, Cosmic Garden, Coffee Tools, and Dunfe for their jugs. Of course, CTU International for their amazing teas, which we are going as well to have a gift packs later on for our winners. And of course, Matthew Tisseri for their studio, for letting us having here. Such a great honor to be here actually. And see you next week, guys, for our final round.